Alright, so thanks a lot everyone for coming here today. So this session is going to be a short session that I'm going to introduce you guys to Laika, which is the dev tools that we've been working on for some time now. So yeah, before we begin with the presentation, I just want to quick say thank you a lot. Thanks a lot, Sunny, for inviting us here. I'm really excited to give a talk with you guys today. So let's begin with what is Laika. Laika is trying to, at Laika we're trying to create a developer tools that going to help developers boost up their experience when they're working with the smart contract. And how we do that is that we build something called request builder tools that is going to help boost your performance when you want to make some request to another smart contract or some smart contract. You don't have to write a command line to make a request to it. You can just pop up Laika and just like making a request without having to write a code. And I will show you the UI shortly, but that was simply what we're trying to build. We're trying to build a request builder for Web3. Alright, so yeah, this is the UI of it as of now. If you are developers and you came across with other tools like Postman or other tools like Hopscotch before or another request builder, you're going to find yourself a bit really familiar when you go into Laika. But this time it was different. So Laika is used to make a request to smart contract, and obviously it was a Postman for Web3. Alright, so as of now, Laika was live on a lot of network. We are live on EVM compatible chains, and as of now we are expanding to Osmosis, and we are really fun expanding to Osmosis. Everyone in the Osmosis ecosystem was really friendly and supportive for us, and we are really fun to expanding here, and we try to build tools. So if you guys want to build something on Osmosis and try to use that, we hope it's going to help your experience when you're working with some smart contract. Alright, so yeah, I just show you the same picture again, but at this picture I just want to show you some basic feature of Laika. So you can use Laika to like if you have a lot of requests, say if you have a lot of requests to making to some smart contract, Laika is provide you with a way to organize your different requests into a collection that you can just group it together, and this make it easier to organize later. And it's always autosave, so if you build some request and you want to get back to it again, it stays here. You don't have to retry and create it all the time. So this is really convenient when working with some sets of smart contract, and it's just come out of the box. And yeah, the UI is obviously is quite simple. When you want to interact with some smart contract, you just have to put the address and specify method and the message, and just click send. Oh don't forget that you have to connect to your wallet before. Right, so this slide, what I want to tell you is that we just want to show you the journey when you want to make a request to some smart contract, and you use existing tools. There was a command line like a osmosisd or something. You're going to do something to set up a little bit. So first thing you have to do is to install osmosisd, and then after you finish install osmosisd, you just have to sync with some network that you want to use it with. You have to sync with the testnet or sync with the mainnet, and then you have to set up your keys to interact with some smart contract. And after you all done that, every time you want to make some requests, you have to use the command line to make a request, which is not a bad way, but if you want to quickly threading something out, using Laika will be much faster. So to use Laika is save time, that you don't have to set up a lot of things. If you want to use Laika, you just have to go to cosmwasm.getlaika.app, and then this is where we host our demo for this session. And after you come into this website, you just have to connect via Keplr. then you are ready to go. You are ready to make a request to any smart contract at all, which I will show you in the demo later at the end of this slide. Alright, so yeah, I just want to including this slide just to show you that we are really appreciate for every feedback. So if you try Laika out, we are taking every of your feedback and every feedback of early user to improve our application, to try to make it better to use. So yeah, if you try Laika out and you want us to add or just change something, the DM box is always open. You can tell us everything that you want to change or you want us to help. Alright, so yeah, if you want to connect with us or discover more, this is where you can connect with us. I recommend you to go to Twitter, because we kind of a little bit active there. You can contact us on the Get Laika app, the Twitter handle here. Or you want something more personal, I just include my own Twitter account. You can connect with me on nonkung51. Alright, so yeah, I will pause on this slide a bit. If you guys want to ask me something, you can scan this QR code and just connect and talk afterward. Alright, so yeah, let's begin with the demo. So the demo is hosted on cosmosisdex.getlaika.app, and if you're going there, you're going to see the web page that I'm going to show you in the demo in a bit. But before we going to the demo, I just want to explaining a little bit on the smart contract that I've used in this demo, which is the Laika test contract. Laika test contract was simply a counter contract that I just modify a little bit to make it more interesting. So yeah, I just put the state of name of count and a last update on this counter, and name is specify the name of this counter. Count is specify how many count that this counter is kept in the state, and the last update, which is what time it was the last update. And you can kind of make a query to get the data from this contract, and also you can kind of execute some code to change the state of this contract. So it's a really simple smart contract. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go here into the demo now. Alright, so I pre-record the demo clip, so this would come smoother. Alright, so let's begin with the demo now. I'm on the cosmosisdex.getlaika.app, which is where we are hosting our demo for this session. You guys, I think you guys can go ahead and try to enter this address in your browser, and you're going to see something similar to this. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you guys can see easier. I'm on 150% right now. The first time you enter Laika, you're not going to see a lot of things. You're going to see something similar to what I see as of now. As I told you that Laika was a request builder, you're going to see something that was on the left side here. This is where we call the collection pane, which is where the collection of the requests that you want to make or you want to try to request to host in. As I told you that we have some smart contract for this session called the Laika testing contract, which is a smart contract that was simply acting as a counter contract. So it have a few functions on this here. The Laika testing contract was deploying on Osmo test 4. So if you want to try to interact with this smart contract, you have to connect your wallet to Osmo test 4, which I'm going to show you in the moment. Let's quickly walk through the contract before we go into that. So the Laika testing contract have two messages to send to, and the first one was a increment. Well, because of this smart contract was a counter, so obviously you can increment the value of that counter. And also you can use the get count request to try to get the value that was storing in that smart contract. If you open Laika as of now and you try to pick some requests, this is how you interpret the request. So firstly, you try to pick the type of the message that you want to making a request to. In this case, I'm picking message query contract on the address right here, and the message that I sent with this message query contract is this message here. So I'm trying to send get count to this smart contract with the message type of message query contract. We also provide you with a handy feature called show base 46, which is going to convert this type of message or this message that you're trying to send into base 46, so you can try to using it on elsewhere, right? So yeah, so this is the get count method that used to get the state of this smart contract, and this is the increment method that's going to increment the value that's storing in this counter. So yeah, let's try to use it, but first you're going to have to connect to your wallet by clicking on the red button right here and just click it. And I'm going to pick Keplr wallet for this session. Right, so after I connect to Keplr wallet, I will open up my Keplr wallet just to show you that where I'm on right now. So I'm on this address, so I'm interact with Laika with the address that was ending by KA, which is show you here that I'm using Laika with the address that was ending with KA. And I'm on Osmosis testnet with having the chain ID of Osmo test4 is the same as the example contract here. So I can use Laika testing contract using my Keplr on Osmosis testnet here. Right, so let's go ahead and try to making a message request to get the current state of get count. Right, so yeah, just go ahead and click send here, and I'm seeing the response of count equal to 8, which is the value that was storing in this contract, which is the count of 8. And if I want to do something more, kind of more exciting, I want to use this message here to increment the value of this contract. So the value that's storing in this contract was 8. So what I expect is that after I ran this request and I just making a request to get the count again, I will see something like count equal to 9 or something similar to that. So let's go ahead and click on increment here and click send. Right, so it's going to pop up Osmosis. So we have to approve this request right here. Let's get back to Laika. It's going to send the transaction, and after it finish, it will return us the response here. It will return us a lot of value here, so you can use to quickly debug your smart contract. You can see the block height, you can see the gas use, you can see the log of this request, or you can see the transaction hash and a lot of things. And yeah, I just increment the value of this smart contract. So what I told you before is that if I send this message with the method message of get count again, I will see something similar to 9. So let's try click send here, and as you can see that we see 9 in the response here. This is indicate that the counter that we have is working right. So this is basically what Laika look like. Oh yeah, alright, so the video was just ending there. Let me get back to the slide and get back to the QR code so you can scan. And yeah, well, thanks a lot everyone for joining me today. It's really great to give you guys a talk today. So yeah, hope you guys have a good day. See you later. Goodbye.